have been the better team. 1win have had the better players. But will the status quo change here on map 3? Certainly for the 1win side. If they can clean up their act, they have been in so many great positions, and that'd be amazing here on the T side, as it seems the upper rush is on the cards. Early vent nades, and I think they'll soon be popping out of the hut position just here.
Conventional stuff. Travis, trying to work his way around. It's Goofy at the back of the silo, nearly in for the triple. Travis coming in super late here to find a couple trades, but ultimately 3 versus 2. However, 2 on 2, as the bomb's being recovered, Plant should be coming in pretty easily. Instant goosh and an instant kill from Glowing. Despite the work of the running and gunning man from behind silo, it is going to be the pistol going the way of 1win, thanks to Travis, with some weird timing, you have to admit, right? He was very, very late out, but that's apparently what they were going for.
It just felt like after this kind of exchange, Goofy buys time, finds 2 kills, and obviously has all the information in the world. And you can see it. These players are rotating in from ramp or from the vent. They're just getting caught out of position. So I think not quite on the same page, Wisła, but 1win, especially Travis, there to punish, and indeed he does. And it feels like an important pistol, given their kind of T-side woes so far in this series.
Minute and 25, 1win. I think last map was kind of a lesson in just maybe not being too much themselves, right? I think by the time they realized things were not quite working with their approach, it had started to get out of hand. So coming into Nuke here, much more chill and not as overconfident, but still we shall see. Goofy ready and waiting again behind the silo. Good for 1, good for 2. Bit of a repeat, different weapon, but exactly the same scenario. Nearly gets 3. This time around, however, he will be helped out. They will indeed capitalize, and it's just going to be Deco. Tagged up super heavy and finished off. That is a really nasty force buy from Wisła.
Yeah, disastrous for 1win. Fully reset. $1,400 on a couple of those players. And you can see Goofy here. They're dancing around the silo. Takes his jewels on his terms, and it works out perfectly as, again, 1win. They're just stumbling in the advantageous positions. It's so frustrating because on the actual gun rounds, the gun versus gun rounds, they're playing so well. They're just letting a little bit too much slip, and Wisła have just been handed an awesome opportunity now to streak ahead on the CT side.
Five on 3 pretty quickly out of the gate here. Snatchy on the scout. Perfect spot. And that's kind of a ridiculous shot, isn't it? Just going to be faux star left. If they get this one flawlessly, you know, really sets them up well. I know it's super early, but it would just continue the story from Dust 2. And, of course, all the logistical side of it with money and all that. Looks like it should be flawless. Snatchy doesn't mess up here. Should have this one. And he does indeed. A little bit of parkour to get above and find faux star easily. So second coming in for Wisła, 1win, eco this one out, 3-1. Even then, the buy not going to be fantastic into that 5th round. So we'll see. It's really, really heating up fast.
Heavy eco down the cards, sure. It's that P250, and as we're kind of mentioning, the real issue of getting reset second round is the sheer economic advantage that you hand the other team. And given that Wisła kept the last one clean, if 1win don't find some frags here, their money is going to be excellent. And given it's the CT side of Nuke, honestly, Scriv, they might never break the money in the entire half just because of losing that second round.
Spiro with the flank. Looking solid as they crunch in. Deco, the only one left here, and another flawless round. So, flying, absolutely flying start for the Polish side here. Looking to just rip them apart. And like I say, buy coming in. It'll be there. It's not going to have everything that they want, though. Travis, not sure. Looked like he might have DC'd again, which will be annoying. But he could also just sort of be stood there chatting about what they're doing in the next round because they don't expect to win this one.
I'm not sure I've ever seen a player have at least 10k money in round 5.
I know, right?
It's just absurd. As it looks like Travis again. Bit of a DC. Hopefully he's on his way back. Been a bit of a troublesome technical issue, I guess, for one win over the series. But now getting into this T side on Nuke, as we kind of prefaced here, their buy's going to be okay. They're going to have vacays and smokes. It's more like lack of extra flashes, maybe some Molotovs. It won't necessarily ruin their plans, but it might limit them or cause them some issues later on in the round, particularly. I think the afterplants is where, especially on a map like Nuke, where those extra few nades could really save them.
Well, hopefully things all sorted for Travis. Kind of screwed them a little bit on Dust 2, and I can imagine added, to the mental side of things. Again, unfortunately for you, I guess, Chief, you maybe have a bit more of an idea of how it can affect a team in the middle of a game and in the middle of an important round, but I suppose thankfully here on Nuke it comes at a decent time. Now he's back, but also disconnected again, so we might be... Actually, no, sorry, that's the hood. That's the hood, yeah. Being slow to catch up. So we're all good, Ignore me. First kill comes in for Sobol, so yes, they might have all 5 players on the server, but now one of them has fallen early.
Few smokes already put down by the T's, but I think as you've already mentioned, they've lost a kill, and they don't have enough nades here to do out of cross smokes, so in terms of playing macro on the T side of Nuke, they're already at an immense deficit. How do you possibly force the CTs into a bad position from here? You've got to do, I guess, the deeper smokes between Red and Secret, which looks to be on the cards. And I think, fortunately for them, there is nobody posted. Snatchy's now repositioning, so nobody's actually on the initial cross, so it has kind of worked. It could force a rotation. And indeed it has on Goofy, so they've just about pulled it off. But now how do you abuse this? How do you abuse this gap you found?
Nice find from Sobol, looking really good in these early rounds. And they're not able to find any space to trade. It's a tough angle to do so, so that's kind of fair. Spiro looking for timing from the back vent, and he will get it. Just ripping them apart, aren't they? Really solid. Free fires coming in. Travis doing his best. He will get 2. Sets up Deco for 1 more. Goofy's here, though, and that'll be the round. Bit more damage done this time, I guess, but some of the players, as you can see, will be happy to rebuy. All good. Economics is not really a case at the minute for Wisła.
Good play from Sobel. Sparrow. CT vent. Always a super strong position, and Travis actually found an amazing timing to kind of push through top secret, that kind of area, in towards kind of garage, and managed to get all the way into mini without getting spotted. So that's kind of where his 2 frags came from, but unfortunately he just had too much work to do with all his teammates going down. Early cross smokes, lots of players in the vicinity, and a lot of duels here on towards outer. Bit of carnage. They've actually found a decent gap where only Jedka's still in the vent, and suddenly this is already becoming a very damaging round.
Glowing, getting a few sound cues here, of course. Doesn't have the bomb with him, and Snatchy's more than aware that he's probably coming from here. Trying to find it, trying to bait out the shot, but, well, he does. Just the bullet lands in his face. Wisła will keep going. A little closer in the past couple. Another rifle round, a proper one here for 1 win, and, if they can't bring this close, again, Wisła feeling like they're in control, similar to Dust 2.
Frag from Snatchy. But ultimately, as we're mentioning, the CT money's already completely out of control. And Snatchy, so much confidence, man. So much confidence. Finds that first kill, and honestly, 1 win. They look lost for me on this T side. They're struggling so much in these early rounds.
Very, very true. Another frag coming in. Will be traded eventually. 4-on-3 should be solid enough. And I mean, you know, they're pretty split. Glowing, trying to make moves. Down and around the halls here, but, you know, his teammates are up top, hoping to distract away. Really is easier said than done at this point, and oh, he's just crept in. Jedka's playing the safe angle, so they will eventually end up on A here. Still a lot to break apart. Sobol coming through from heaven. They don't really have anything to deal with him. He gets one. Info's there for Goofy. Fantastic. And just faux star. 4 for him to find. Even a bomb plant would be great here. I don't think it's going to happen. Shoulder spotted. And the spray does indeed land as he walks into it. So, easy stuff once again. Wisła up to 6.
It's Snatchy. Gets late for his trouble, so... Gecko pulled the trigger first. Just couldn't quite connect fully. And find the kill. And looking into this upcoming round. Travis with that Galil in play. On the others, though, just the Tech 9 armors. A lot of nades. So if they get made good use of. And are they lining up the boost? Could well be. Jake is even in heaven. And actually, they're just going to pop in. I thought they're lining up the boost, but instead it was just the nades. Goofy's behind Silo, but the flashes are long gone by now, so he'll have an easy time. And I guess it was a nice idea to pop A, but the execute not really working in terms of isolating players.
Yeah, again, you know, we look at a round like this, you don't expect a great deal from it, but they want a bit of return on the investment. I suppose 2 kills is nice enough. It really doesn't matter, though. Again, CT side, if you're losing 2, you can argue it's a bit dangerous cash-wise. You know, depends on who's got utility left in that, as to whether you're losing or earning money. You want to go for AWPs, you know, what gets saved. However, if they lose 3 players, they're definitely losing a big chunk. So at this point, with how comfortable the money is for Wisła, you need to be finding 3 in a round like this at the end of the day.
We've actually done a few drops here to even out the money. That's good to see. Because we're really hitting 16k on that CT side. Early nades coming out of vent. Vent dive smoke as well landing. Nobody choosing to go out on the flashes and try and actually make something happen. So, just a lot of pressure applied early. Is Sobol, man. Sprays at the traces, finds the kill, and yet again, has one win got an opening pick on a gun round? Doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, I think you're right, to be honest. The first sort of 30 seconds are very tough for them, and then they're just working from the back foot and, you know, trying to do sort of crazy solo plays like this. Now, Glowing does survive, but his position going to be given away. Boosted up here as well. Very difficult to beat. Matchy seems to be taking some damage outside. Spiro has lost out the fight here, and Flamey with a couple. Big kill for Jedka. Big kill, because that's the bomb as well. And 40-ish seconds left to get the bomb down. You would assume things are going to be all good for Wisła. Definitely a bit closer.
Do they know where Glowing is?
I think so. I think so. He like flashed out, and I think Snatchy, this damage, this 9 HP that he's on, is because Glowing got a couple shots off on him.
Oh, he's done the simple. It's beautiful. No need to move. You can even let Snatchy die here. I mean, they've got so much money. Even then, they still find the frag. 8-1. Players hovering around max loss, max money in the bank for Wisła. 1 win. I think they need to start taking some pauses and rethinking this T side, because nothing has worked for them so far.
Indeed, and it is a CT sided map, but like, you know, you need rounds to work with, my dude. And again, even at this level of the game where you're really trying to keep the mental together and whatnot, it's still going to get to you a bit that it's like just nothing is working. And, you know, Faux Star or Deca or whoever's taking the early peak and continually losing, can you stop doing that? Because it's costing us a fair bit. And, you know, it does cause some difficulty with the comms, with the mental, with the morale. Now, they take a pause into this round. That was their attack. And we'll see for the next, of course, what the Rifles are saying, because Wisła have won the half. Still not a disastrous position just yet, but it's getting there. It is getting there.
Flash comes through. Pretty well-known move, that one, coming through the vent lurk smoke. Flash didn't quite connect, so easy kill in the end. And this one is just the half buy, and as we mentioned already, at this point, economic damage is pretty whatever onto the CT side. They've got so much cash. The likelihood that they're not going to have a full buys throughout the rest of the half is slim to none. So we're still technically looking at the round win here, I guess, on these Deagles. Find the first kill. Sobel's here looking for jewels, so maybe they get a chance at some more fights and maybe they can get some more work done.
Start with that bomb, a little bit low, trying to get the timing on towards Sobel. Can't get it. Winning another duel, though. However, the crunch starting to come in now that they're getting more and more info that it is just everyone outside around T-Red, and they will finish them all off. Sobel with his eco frag. So, again, one win, knocking on the door, little bit of damage, very cool, but they just need rounds. Doesn't matter at this point. The money is out of control for the CT end of things, so they just need rounds.
For the utility, though, free smokes and being Nuke, they're likely going to be put down on the cross, but actually they've said instead, let's group up early towards door. All 5 players are in lobby. Nades are landing in their face, and they've said, we need to cancel, as this is desperate, Scriv. You can see how they're moving around. It's just, we have to stay grouped. We can't get them up a pick, but with this utility, they've got to open up rounds with raw headshots.
Well, they did, but receiving them.
Heads were shot. But,
yes.
But it was there.
Heads were you're so much smoother than I am, you know, from time to time. Definitely what I was looking for. Heads were shot, but on the wrong side. They'll work their way in towards B. Still man down. Low HP on these remaining 2 players as well, and the bomb goes down, but Fostar can't move anywhere. So it's just going to be Flamey. He does thankfully have the open plant available for him, but only really one option for peeking now because of that smoke. And there's also a smoke on the bomb. Just playing their time, taking it slow. Tap comes in. Here comes the spam. He gets one, and he thinks he's found the defuser. But no. All a ploy. Jedka's happy to go down there. Again, only 2 survive, so they lose a bit of money, but it does not matter. The round doesn't go their way. And another just cheeky little switch up in the setup results in a 10th.
Sobel keeps playing these all-in positions on ramp where he has to find 2. 1-for-1 isn't good enough because you just get traded, you lose all that map control. Granted, you get a bit of information for your teammates, but he's been consistently finding 2 kills from these positions, and safe to say he has a monstrous amount of confidence right now in that ramp position.
Just letting things pan out, really. One win with a bit more outside control. It's not been as heavily guarded, I suppose, by Wisła. Still eyes on, of course. Here comes Snatchy, but Deco faster. And that's what we were hoping to see from this series. But, you know, Dust 2 and Nuke, he's not been as present. And Nuke, he's maybe not had the AWP as often. Dust 2 should have really been all about Deco, you would assume. Not really the case. So his confidence a little knocked, surely. But a frag like that might pick it up.
Taking a lot of space here is Travis. Bomb is still in lobby. There were plenty of options. Time is slipping away a little bit, but it should be just fine as long as they start working their way in now. Travis. The player holding him in heaven. If he's going to find 2 kills, Sobel finds another. A lot of damage exchanged by both teams on this A-bomb site, but ultimately Sparrow 1-on-2. surely one win can't throw this one away.
And they won't. Deco gets it. Easy as they come. Second round on the board for one win. But still, a mighty hill to be climbing in the rest of this first half. Really well recovered, though. You would assume these 3 kills on the feed come in, and that's got to be it. But very, very well traded. Very, very well recovered.
Yeah, I don't know how Jedka died there. I think he peeked left side of the silo. Just got insta-fragged. If he stays alive, they win the round, 100%. Because the player up close to Tetris, I think it was Goofy, was just doing so much work.
Mistakes were made. Happens. But Wisła, again, still pretty comfortable financially, even if they lose this one. So, one win, it arguably becomes a bit harder in this round to be taking it, because now the pressure is on to string them together.
Nade from Jedka. 6 damage. As of yet, unless the mini-map is deceiving me, Scriv, these players have made it down unnoticed. 5 on the upper bomb site for Wisła. This could be a massive oversight.
Yeah, it seems Spiro in warehouse, but maybe has not seen them. Meanwhile, we do have Goofy moving down. We do have Sobol moving down solidly. But I don't know that he's really going to expect them to be as close as they are. So he's playing a little bit more of an aggressive position for now, because he maybe thinks his timings are decent to catch a lurk. Yep, see, there it is. Now, he does somehow go unspotted, but they very nearly catch him. Meanwhile, nothing upstairs means, well, it must be downstairs. So the rotations are here pretty damn quickly. And that's very weird. It all shifts. They were all on the top site, and then 30 seconds later, they were all on the bottom side. So one win didn't really know how good they had it.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. If they just sprinted it, it would have been amazing. There'd be no chance for event rotate. The ramp player would never be able to get to a good position. So just put some nades onto the kind of the left and right side of ramp, and then get out, and it will be easy. But yeah, they kind of took it slow. They expected a player to be in attendance. They cleared the angles. They boosted the AWP, I think, to peak the double doors side. And yeah, unknowingly taking their time, put the nail in the coffin, because their opponents were taking info in towards lobby and rotating so many numbers over.
Or snatch you with the drop down. This could be mental. Oh my goodness, what is going on here? They're coming in through mini as well. Glowing late out from huts. What is happening? What? I can't even cast it fast enough, you know? The observer can't even catch it fast enough. There was just kills and bodies all over the place. Wisła with a hell of a round and beating one win at their own game right now.
Yeah, they kind of... this is a set round, I think, because they did outer smokes. Had 2 go over fast main, and then try to split inner. But it was pretty all-in, to say the least. And Snatchy finding damage early. A little bit overzealous, and he gets punished. And Flamey finally starting to wake up. 2 for him, and 1 win, given a chance now to at least make it, you know, within the realms of possibility if they got 3 rounds going to the second half.
Mm-hmm. We'll see. Sobol, back with a return. Glowing, kind of helping him out a little bit. With Team Dink. Doesn't do an awful lot of damage, but still. 1 minute and 5 left on the clock. Spiro going to try and make a move around this smoke that he's dropped. But no one giving him anything. 1 win, again, have put the brakes on. And Wisła, sometimes we see them find a gap when they do this.
Jedka's down lower. We can tell his teammates there's nobody here. Sobol's just cleared through lobbies on the lobby roof at the moment. So, got a lot of unorthodox positions on this CT side. So, if they catch players off guard, it could work out. That's a much needed trade. But a little bit of information now. They know the bomb is heading lower, and Jedka's ready and waiting. He's on the decon stairs. He finds 2 frags, and 1 win. Another advantage is slipping away from them with 17 seconds. I'm not even sure if there's time here, Scrib. I don't know if this is possible.
Oh, door opens, hidden behind it, able to spin around fast enough, of course. Yeah, that is indeed going to be that. 13-2 on the turn of the half. Now, 1 win, I'm sure they are really going to be enjoying the CT end of things. Of course, everybody does on Nuke, but you only got 2 rounds. It's not a lot to work with. Let's see if they can make miracles happen. We'll catch you in the second half. Welcome back. Half number 2 might just be a brief one. Wisła with the 13 in that first half. Really looking unstoppable. And one win, you know, their couple rounds, obviously going to come off the back of a bit of luck. They don't know how they're doing it. But the CT side, I mean, it could be a solid revival. Can they get 13 of their own, if not 14? That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Yes, indeed. And I guess it goes without saying, must-win pistol for Wisła. As they're rushing ramp with plenty of numbers, Glowing catches the Lurker and Snatchy. As they're actually wrapping in towards Heaven. This is a bonkers pistol round. They smoked Heaven themselves. I'm almost certain they smoked Heaven themselves. And then rushed ramp into Heaven. Certainly
Don't know what to
ambitious.
tell you, mate. You're meant to be the brains of the duo, you know what I mean? To figure that kind of thing out. So don't look at me. That's all I'm saying.
But I need your layman's response to it. You know, you take the angle of like, you're up so big, you know, you just throw out random pistols, give them a go.
yeah. Okay, yes. My bad. I should have clocked that, yeah. Even then, there's a level. There is a level.
Yeah, you definitely just play to win the game.
Yeah. And I think regardless of your score, there's some just general strategies that are like, when does this really work? There's very niche scenarios where maybe you can pull this off.
Yeah, I just don't see what the Heaven smoke does. Oh, does it? Oh, I see. Right, I get it. It means you can get up the ladder because you can't look down.
Fair enough. Still, though, that's
that
a
doesn't
very
make it
small...
good, by the way. By no means. You can see, yeah, they get up the ladder, and then it's just suicidal. Going through it. So they should actually go up and sit in... They should... yeah, I've fixed their pistol. You go up, you just sit in the smoke. You sit in the smoke, and it would actually be okay.
There you are. You know? It's always educational here. One win... Taking the pistol, finding themselves a little bit of breathing room here. Wisła, again, yeah, you make a very good point. You say it's the layman's but you do make a very good point in the sense that, like, there's so many rounds up. It doesn't matter to lose one. So, you know, who cares? But still got to give that respect across. I think one win are definitely capable, if they can activate those individuals that we always talk about, of turning this one around. And a little bit more of an AWP presence on the CT side, for example. You know, could see Deco just really taking this one by the gonads.
Still some utility here for that T side. So I guess they've got to set in a hit in mind. They're lining up the nades. Flying over now. Flashbangs raining in. Glowing trying to rotate over. But his teammates are starting to get a little bit swarmed here. Fortunately, though, Deco holding strong. He's in towards Heaven, doing work. And Sparrow, I suspect, he's not going to be long for this world. Somehow he's actually got underneath Deco. So, could be a bit of a peekaboo as he comes up the ladder.
And it is. A1S in hand now. Could easily beat an MP9 here. Oh, dink. And a kill. He's doing the damage. It's not out of the question for him to do a bit more. Now, the round itself, probably not going to happen because he's only got 12 seconds to get up and get down and get the bomb down and also find a frag, which it took me about 5 seconds to even say that. So I don't think it was going to happen for him. So he'll hold on. I don't know. I think you probably want to die in this round and get that economy nice and even. But we'll see what you can do with the A1S, I suppose.
Flamey. Out in the open gets caught. So, yeah. Not much invested around this M4. I guess if they get a bomb plant, Sparrow will still be in a decent buy. Worst case scenario, I guess, Galil, Mac 10, that sort of thing in the following. So it's not the end of the world. But, yeah, for certainly the first time. This is definitely the first time on Nuke the one win has been up a much lesser buy.
Well, you say that. Sobol ripped her head off, so they're actually technically even. Uh-oh. Sparrow not winning the fight, but then neither does Glowing. So he's allowed to cross, and the guessing game continues. This MP9 is after a peek. Not really going to give it, though. 4-on-4, and you can see 1win, they are visibly a bit nervous about this.
Jedka's going to go down. M4's still looking for some sort of jewel here on outer. Nothing's being presented. Travis is taking some space in towards lobby. Got Flamey on lower. All the angles should be covered. Actually, there's... He's glowing. He is, okay. He is holding the Heaven Cross. But if he jumped up to Heaven from the outside, they were open to that. Stecco's still looking around. With only 20 seconds remaining, I think time alone is going to make a round one here completely impossible.
Spiro. Got to check dark. Whoa, spinning around. There's just about time to get the bomb down.
No way, no. Not like this.
You can't take it. After the wide swing on Dust 2, yeah, I don't think Alan can take them losing that round. They will indeed find it, but still, big damage, bomb plan with where it was at, still verging on a little bit unacceptable.
Yeah, and remember Sparrow as well. The bomb plan is going to do him wonders, isn't it? In terms of having a good investment in the next. And finally, on this T side, we get to see Wisła with a full buy in hand. Plenty of utility. All the bangs and whistles. And we've seen some nice set rounds on the couple of maps so far. So maybe they've got a few more in store here on Nuke, which is, of course, an absolute dream for a caller if they like to run the set rounds.
Goofy looking to try and find something at the top of Marshmallow, but interestingly enough, 1win. Not a very heavy outside presence as we look into our first proper rifle going in one of these pesky angles in towards the warehouse. Trying to get the timing, and he will. However, he's not aware of a player that's just off to his right that's crept in. I think Spiro is now like...
Well.
Yeah, do I try and look for this? Do I try and look for more? He's heard one out towards Heaven, but can't quite find him. 4-on-4 and a lot of control, though, with that kill.
Yeah, it's going to kind of cause complete chaos, though, in the CT rotates. So, if they just hold the lines, a player is very likely to push into them. And here we get it. Squeaky push. The spacing is a little bit clunky, and so will punishes, and that's how much trouble Sparrow was causing. The CTs had to react, and unfortunately, they picked the wrong place at the wrong time.
Well, back to their winning ways very quickly, aren't they, Wisła? They do indeed drop the early rounds of this second half, but coming close in the last and then finally getting over the line into this one. Yeah, ideas are there, execution just not so much. It seems like 1win just not as on it at the moment. Definitely on Nuke, and a little bit of that also applying to Dust 2, where we have just some of the individuals being a bit off, timing's not quite there. It's not necessarily mechanics and aim, but it does just feel they're not on the same sort of page as Wisła is with each other, you know?
Yeah, I think we spoke about it going into the series that Wisła, for me, play better ABC Counter-Strike. Their fundamentals are stronger. And I think we've seen that play out pretty handedly during the series. And yeah, clearly here on Nuke, they're just playing the situations better. Granted, they started off on the CT side and got a good round haul, but add in the other two maps for good measure, and you can just see that Wisła, man advantages especially, play them so much cleaner.
Flamey, as the fire goes down, trying to pull off the hero move maybe through the hut. Minute and 20, thereabouts left on the clock. It's only really this AWP, of course, of Deco that you'd expect to be able to get much done, if anything. And Wisła, I don't think they're quite sure what they're up against in terms of where the full finance was at for this CT end of things. So they're really playing this one patiently.
Grouping now towards ramp. And this is where Deco is actually. The AWP is in play. Flashbang's going to force him back. And I guess Deco's probably scoped now lower, so they should know where he is. And they are indeed sprinting in towards heaven, knowing that that AWP is in play. It's a good trade. But of course, a very awkward angle as you're going up the stairs. So far, so good for Wisła. They got the bomb site. Just need to get that bomb down now and really think about the afterplant. Goofy. Oh, he got away with that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure how he doesn't get caught there. I suppose, you know, Deco and co probably just running in and can't believe how good they got it. Travis, hello. 2 on the 5-7. What the hell? He will get traded out, but that's definitely unexpected. 2 versus 2 coming in now. Deco on this AWP, trying from heaven to get a catch, but it's so hard. You know, your head shows so damn early. Sparrow with the good timing onto the player in towards Mini. Deco with 1. Trying for the second. Shot comes in. It misses on both sides of this fight. There's just not enough time, really, so Deco's going to get out of there, and it will be a 15th for Wisła. 10 in a row required from the CT side.
Yeah, it feels like a little bit too much to ask for, as I think Wisła got a little bit flustered, maybe given that they're on, you know, so close to winning the match. They should have just got the bomb down. And, yeah, the player gets up into heaven, finds 2 with the 5-7, and makes it all the more doable. But ultimately, it's not going to matter too much. They're up to 15. Their buy is absolutely perfect. AWP on Snatchy, and we're looking at the 1-win side and saying, Deco, you've had a pretty quiet series by your standard. If there's even a 1% chance you bring this back, he needs to be the best player on the server from now onwards.
Yeah, and then some, to be honest with you, so we'll see. Wisła have already shown, as soon as they got that foot back in the door in the second half, they're not really messing around. Deco, though, will open up. I think getting cheeky through Squeaky by the looks of things. So that is certainly something for 1-win to work with in this round. Wisła, first time in a little while. We'll have to see how they do with this kind of test.
Sparrow putting down the middle of those cross smokes from Mini to Secret. Volley on to Secret as well. Clinical stuff from him. That's going to force Deco in towards the lower side of the map. But Deco's got a lot of information. He's telling his teammates, nobody's down. And surely Sparrow's going to lose this duel. Oh no! Sparrow finds the frag. That's the big green out of play. And suddenly 1-win. I've got a massive uphill battle to claw this round back.
Just got a little bit ridiculous. Travis has managed to pick up Jedka, though, and will be traded out over on ramp. B bomb site looking pretty vulnerable. Sparrow ready for the drop down. Flamey a little, again, overzealous with it. Not quite respecting that could be a possibility. Fair enough, yeah. Regardless, he gets a catch. It's massive. Snatchy in behind it, and just Fostar is the only one left now. Picks up Sparrow. Upgrades to an AK. Not going to be able to get it done. Goofy will take him down, and that is indeed that.